Okay. Kind of a damp, right now drizzly Monday morning, civic holiday morning, August the 3rd. And Pippi and I are a little bit late. I was waiting to see if the rain would stop. I think the rain will stop later. So we're walking in Laka Laka. Just stop here for a second. Now there's somebody's got an RV that they parked at the alternate facing into the forest, but normally it's facing frontwards. That's a big RV, beautiful RV by the look of it. I have curiosity how much it costs to buy one and how much it costs to operate one. I did look it up about 4 or 5 years ago. I don't remember what sizes and brands or whatever makes, and I realized rather quickly that something like that was out of my price range. And let's assume that I could afford one for a moment, or wanted to afford one. If there's a will, there's a way. But what's it cost to operate? I mean, gas, okay, insurance, maintenance, and then if you're on the road and you're traveling, what's it cost to park the damn thing? So I kind of realized, after doing what I'll call perfunctory research, it wasn't really a viable option for me, Willie and I, to do that. Hey Pip, what, are you in, you want a little sustenance on this wet, dreary day? All right, okay. She needs her sustenance. So, yesterday I read something that was not at all surprising, but it was the first time that I had seen what I thought in a common sense, logical way would have been the case. And what I'm talking about is, if you listen to the Trump liars, the Trump mob, send them back to school. Kids don't get it. Kids don't transmit it. All that bullshit. And it never made sense to me that kids are different than human, or the rest of the humans, as far as their ability to catch, carry, transmit a virus. So the research I saw yesterday, later part of the day, there were 2 studies. I think one was in Chicago, and I think the other one was Italy, where they showed that kids from 4 to 14, or I forget the details, other than that they were quite often asymptomatic, and I think the percentages of the kids that were asymptomatic was like as high as 40 some odd percent, were basically reservoirs of the virus and super spreaders. I'll use that word if I remember it. It might have been even used in the studies. So all we'll talk about Canada, and that's really where our focus should be. Opening the schools, we got to be really, really careful. I mean, and then the other thing I saw, which came up late yesterday, was the chart showing the experience of Israel, which, if I recall, opened their schools sometime around April. And after they did open their schools, this chart shows through May, June, and July, like a exponential increase in cases of COVID in Israel. So why would anybody want to rush into going back to school when the risks to the people in the schools are one thing, the teachers and the students, but then just the spread and the risks to the, quotes, vulnerable with pre-existing conditions, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, name the conditions. Why would you want to go and hurry back to school? Yes, the kids, and I understand that. But I think life takes precedence over, let's call it, setbacks in education. Hopefully temporary setbacks. So anyway, that's my little morning mumble rant. I don't know how many folks are aware of that kind of research, and if they are aware, would have even thought much more about it. That's the way it is. So the other thing going on is the hockey. I didn't know when I went to bed the other night, the Habs actually beat Pittsburgh, which I find a very pleasant outcome. And the second game is going to be tonight. Yesterday there was a bunch of other games. I'm not really that interested in them, except that I found myself strangely hoping for Philadelphia against Boston, and Philadelphia won. I don't like either one of those teams. The days of Ron Hextall and Philadelphia with Bobby Clark and name them the Hammer Schultz, and those are a long while ago. And Boston, I've never liked Boston either. Come on, Peppy, this way. We're gonna go around the loop. And then Toronto, I don't know what happened to Toronto. I think Columbus was ahead 1-0, but I didn't really watch any and didn't pay any attention by the time I went to bed. So, and I found that when I was watching on Saturday, I did actually try to focus and pay attention, and I found the hockey was entertaining. So I'll do it again tonight and see. I just don't like them starting at 8 o'clock. I'd rather they started at 7 so that we can get to bed at our normal hour, which is for old geezers around 10 o'clock. And what else? So today is the first day since I had my cortisone shot, but I said to myself as I was doing my stretches this morning, I'm not sure the cortisone is effective, because there was that burning pain, let's say a 2 or a 3 on the scale of 10 this morning for the first time in, what was it, last Wednesday? So, and right now as we're walking, I can tell where it is, but it's not a 2 or a 3, it's probably a half, maybe 1. It's just like if you put a heat pad on your buttock, and deep in the core of your buttock, the heat pad is getting you hot, so to speak. That's what it feels like. So, if I go to the doctor right now, from what I've experienced, I would not be willing to go for a second cortisone if that was ever prescribed. I don't know if other people have had the experience, but that's mine. So, on that note, looking up at the gray skies, I forgot, I was going to show you, see all those nice red flowers down there? I don't know what they're called, but I think I want to get some for next summer. Pippi, you gonna go this way? We gotta go this way, girl. We're not going in the forest, it's too wet. Okay, pup? Hey, smiley girl. Oh, the other thing before I sign off, yesterday we had thunder showers, and I guess around 7 o'clock was the first cracks of lightning and thunder, and so I went up and I gave Pepperoni here a milligram of the CBD oil I've got, a milliliter. And during the night, the thunderstorms carried on. They weren't as severe as they can be. And Pippi, as she always does, jumps up on our bed in the middle of the night. And usually she's hyperventilating, getting up, getting down, and trembling, like, really trembling. So last night after the CBD oil, if I gave it to her around 7 or 7:30, I would expect it takes an hour to kick in. So in the middle of the night, she did jump on our bed, but she was nowhere near as hyped trembling and hyperventilating as she would normally be. So I'm pretty well convinced that CBD oil, a milliliter in this case, for a dog of about 85 pounds, has a positive effect. She has to go up and pee on these strange places sometimes. I don't know, just mark her territory. So I don't know, folks, if you guys have got dogs, and I think it's quite common for dogs to be terrified of thunder and lightning. There's something to think about. Not, by the way, don't get anything with any THC in it. Okay, CBD oil, and pure hemp oil is probably the best. So there you have it. Okay, Pippi, you going to sign off on August the 3rd. A rainy day so far. Take care.